Hey guys, this is Jarrett and Val with our next adventure.
In this video today, we are going to take you on a 3-day itinerary trip to Vegas. So if you've never been and you only have 3 days to spend there, we break it down in what we've done and what we like to do on and off the strip. And maybe you'd like to pick a few things off our list as well. Come on with us, we'll see what there is to do.
So this trip, we did not take the motorhome. We took
An airplane.
an airplane, not ours. We rented seats. So we stayed at the Marriott Grand Chateau, and so we'll give you a tour. We're gonna start this video with a tour of the room. And so we stayed in a smaller, more like a hotel room. It's kind of a smaller room with like an efficiency with the bed and everything in one area.
It's called a studio.
Studio.
So the Marriott Grand Chateau, if you're wondering where it is in relation to other things, it is behind Planet Hollywood, and see there's the Bellagio over there, very close to everything. This is the Marriott Grand Chateau in Las Vegas. Would you open that door? To the left, we have a bathroom. Oops.
A nice shower.
Nice shower. Nice entryway. Hey guys. And this is a studio. So we have one king bed. Couch that probably pulls out to a bed. TV and stand. And a little kitchenette and dinette. This is great. With a toaster and a coffee maker, microwave. And there's probably some cups up in there. Little mini fridge. And this is our view. Hilton Grand Vacations is right across the street. And we can watch everybody swim at their pool, which is lovely. So this is a studio. You know what I always like about Marriott? The coffee's always the same, it's always good. They always stock you with a little soap and trash bags, a little scrubby, a couple dishes. Everything you need right in a small hotel room.
Very nice room. You know, we love Marriott's because we know what to expect. I mean, you know, they're not all the same, but they're all kind of like similar. So
in this on this trip, we had some points to spend, and we decided to go for the weekend, and we booked a weekend in April, and it ended up being Easter weekend. We didn't realize, but it ended up being a really great time in Vegas. We love it because it's a really nice location. This is located right across the street from Planet Hollywood and the Miracle Mile Mall. And then, of course, obviously, when you hop through that, you can get right over to the Bellagio. It's a really nice location, and there's no casinos inside. So if that's something that interests you, this is a nice hotel for that reason, because at night, it's a lot quieter.
Yeah, it's something about it because, you know, you get on stimuli overload in Vegas with the casinos and the ching, 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 ching.
Oh, it's sensory overload.
Yeah, it's nice because it's quiet and you can just kind of let your mind rest. You know, which you don't really get that when you're, you know, in the Bellagio or in the casinos. It's just
you can go play and get overstimulated and lose all your money, and then come back in a quiet hotel and cry about it.
Yeah.
Or you can go to the pool on the 5th floor. Is awesome. And we went out there. It was like that Easter weekend. It was like 75 and sunny. It was perfect. But really nice pool up there. They had some live music going, big TV with sports on. It's a nice atmosphere. And you can like look over the balcony and see the MGM. It's kind of neat.
They had another pool the day we were there, but it was really windy and they had to close because of the wind. So
Yeah.
sorry we didn't get a tour of that one for you guys. So one cool thing about the Marriott, again, they all have them and they're all similar but a little bit different. They have a little market downstairs. We were able to get breakfast sandwiches in the morning.
Really good breakfast sandwiches.
And they weren't super expensive, so it's reasonable to eat there. And then in the evening when you come home and you're tired and broke and licking your wounds from losing all your money, you can go get you a gelato and sulk in your...
And their gelato is really good too. And they have this really nice restaurant right inside. Obviously you can order, I think it's lunch and dinner. I don't think they have breakfast because the market does.
Right.
But the bar is really nice. It's got all these lights and it's golden. It's just pretty. And it was cool. Like Marriott does cute things too. So like, being that it was Easter, they had the Easter bunny come and they had like a photo area set up and these little Easter baskets for kids. It was adorable. Now moving on to the next part, which is our 3-day itinerary in Las Vegas.
So first day, we got in around noon. So depending on what time you get in, most of your hotels won't let you check in till, whatever time that is. But anyway, so we get in. And when you leave the Marriott and you walk across the street, you've got Planet Hollywood and you got the Miracle Mile Mall. And it's literally across the street. And so we went over there. We walk in through the mall. The mall's pretty neat. I mean, there's some pretty nice shops there. You can pretty much find really whatever you want to spend your money on.
There's some dining experiences, ice cream. Remember that money machine, the kids?
Oh, dude, that was such a letdown.
But you could get inside the little... it's like a phone booth. What's that called? And then they blow money all around, and whatever you can catch, you put in the basket. But we realized it was all fake money.
And it's for points. Like
It was
12,000
like for-
points gets you like a pack of gum.
Like winning tickets to win like kitty prizes at the arcade. We were so disappointed, but the kids actually had fun with it.
Yeah, we were really disappointed because we thought at first, like, hey, those are real $100 bills. But in the mall, there's also a pretty neat lightning and rain show to check out. So that's kind of neat to see. And then as you sneak around through there, like I say, there's Gucci and whatever you want to spend your money at. And then...
Lucky Brand. There's some good stores in there.
And then we stumbled on Cabo Wabo. I had the chimichanga. Surprise, surprise. It was really good. I think you had the shrimp fajitas.
The shrimp fajitas were awesome. They come out steaming, just like any other place. But everything on the menu was great. Our drinks were great. They have a great outdoor seating area that kind of overlooks where the Bellagio's at.
It's kind of up on top of the strip a little bit.
Yeah, great location. The food was excellent. And
Service was good.
yeah.
And we thought, well, the Bellagio's across the street from the Cabo Wabo, so let's go to the Bellagio.
So the next thing to do on day one is head over to the Bellagio. Throw a couple bucks in a slot machine or whatever game of your choice. But if you're in Vegas, it can be fun when you know when to walk away.
So day one was a loser for us. And I think we both went in.
I don't know. Did we lose about $50 maybe?
Actually, when we got done to the Bellagio, we skedaddled back across the street. We were at the Marriott and got some gelato and cried about our losses. So
that was day one.
That was day one.
So on the next day,
Our first full day.
which is Saturday, we got up, like we said, had a quick breakfast sandwich at the Marriott. Then we went and rented a car, which was near the airport, but not at the airport. Did we rent through Enterprise?
We did went through Enterprise.
And it was kind of smooth and easy. Picked up our car, very early morning.
Kia Soul, if you're wondering.
And then we drove down to the Hoover Dam.
It's neat. We're way the heck up
here. Hey, so that was pretty cool. We're gonna go down to the bottom part of it and drive over, look over the other side. It's pretty windy out today and whoo, smell wacky tobacco. So this is a really great thing to do off the strip. It's not that far. Was it about an hour?
Yeah, maybe.
45 minutes?
Yeah, something like that, give or take. Call it an hour, give or take.
Yeah, so if you've never been, great place to go visit, obviously on the border of Nevada and Arizona. It was really pretty that day, took some pictures. It was really windy, so everybody was up there kind of holding onto their cameras real tight up on the bridge. Then you can drive back down to a little parking garage and walk across the actual dam where you've seen in movies where the state line is kind of on the road. They didn't have it marked that day. I don't know why. I don't know if that's just something you see in the movies, but there is, you know, there's a thing on the little dam that actually says state line. Mm-hmm. You know, and
it's like a plaque
on Nevada on one side and Arizona, and people take pictures there, and it's cool. They do have food there. They have a little cafe and gift shop, but we wouldn't recommend eating there. It just seemed like cafeteria food, and we just don't like to spend our money on that kind of stuff.
It smelled like a greasy spoon.
It did kind of smell like when you walk into a gas station and you come out smelling like fried chicken. So there was some fried stuff going on in there. But they have a little ice cream shop that looked cute, but we just weren't going to spend our money there. So we drove back up toward Vegas and stopped at a little town called Henderson. And we had just kind of Googled some places and came across a little like lunch cafe called Hardway 8.
So just so you know, like on this particular stop, it was not like we had planned on going there, which it turned out to be great. We were like, we're hungry.
Let's Google somewhere good to eat.
On the way back to Vegas.
Yeah.
And so we ended up at Hardway 8, which is kind of like almost like a little biker bar.
A little bit. It's got like a little rustic feel with the overhead garage doors that comes up, lets in an awesome breeze. Again, like we said, when we went, it was 75 and sunny. So I don't know what it's like in August. Probably hellfire and brimstone. We heard it's a real popular place. They talk about how busy they usually are. They just weren't that particular day for lunch. Of course, it's the Saturday before Easter. So again, great time to go. Enjoyed some sandwiches. I got fried bologna.
And I had a steak sandwich, and it was good.
Yeah. So they have a good menu. They've got some good craft beers on the menu. And, you know, if you want to throw in some more dollars, of course, they've got those little bar gaming machines. So Henderson seems like a cute little town to visit, but we were headed back. We wanted some rest. So we spent an hour at the pool. So maybe wherever you're staying, take an hour to rest, you know, hit up the pool if you want. And then we got ready to go out to dinner. So we booked reservations at a restaurant called Lago, and we actually found this place on a YouTube video. It just looked awesome because it is located right on the water of the Bellagio. So on a normal day, you can go there and like request the patio area or near the window, and you can see the fountains going up, you know, as you're having dinner. Funny thing though, the 2 days that we were there, it was like hurricane force winds, and they weren't running the fountains because it was so windy. But on our way to Lago, we swung through the Bellagio because it's there. And so that is a thing to do is once you're finished with the pool, swing over, head into the Bellagio a little bit before dinner, throw in a couple bucks. And matter of fact, while we were there, we won like, what did we win? Like 120 when we were there? Hey, we just won $110 at the Bellagio. Woohoo! Paid for our dinner, at least half of it. Hey, we won 80 bucks on this machine. I think I might come back and revisit it.
So we don't know how this machine, like what the rules of the game was, but it has the bars that like spin like the old school.
Yeah, the sevens, the cherries.
And then occasionally they had this like Wheel of Fortune wheel on top of it, and it would spin. And whatever it landed on was how much money you got. Of course, we were on a quarter machine, so it wasn't like, you know, a huge deal. Lot. But we played, and for whatever reason, we were sitting next to each other on two separate machines, and our machines kind of got happy. And we were, again, we're playing quarter machines, so it's not like we're playing these $500 slot machines, but we were able to win, and it actually paid for most of our dinner.
Yeah, it did. Paid for our dinner at Lago. So Lago's beautiful, and the food was excellent. You had...
So I ordered a filet, but I got a sirloin.
No, you got a ribeye. Bless the server's heart. I don't think he either understood you, or you just said, I want a steak. And he's like, I'll just pick whatever steak, apparently, because you ended up getting a ribeye.
It was still good.
But it wasn't what you were
expecting. And so he's like, we said something about it. He's like, it's the best steak. And of course, in his like Italian accent, a little Italian.
He
man.
was so cool. But I ordered, I ordered a salad, which was really good because I love big shaved Parmesan on.
Oh, I forgot about this.
The server, who was so cute, he warned me because I really wanted the lobster ravioli, and it was like $20. And he said, well, okay, but it's small plate. Is that okay? And I'm like, yeah, because with the salad, and I'm probably going to order dessert, it'll be enough. They bring me the lobster ravioli, and it's literally 5 raviolis in this big bowl that has a little shallow, smaller bowl in it. And
you should have seen the look on her face. She's like,
I was like, oh, he was not joking. Matter of fact, this girl likes to eat. I actually ordered 2.
She had 2 dinners, so.
I did.
And then we had dessert.
Oh yeah, all the little fancy Vegas desserts, little chocolate mousse with the berries, and it was all really good.
Very good. Very
so
good.
bummed that we didn't get to see the fountains go off, but we still recommend Lago, and that almost wraps up your full day there, because after that, you should
Good show.
catch a show. So, of course, you want to be booking all this in advance. We did book Brad Garrett's Comedy Club, which we'd been to before, and we loved it so much that we wanted to go back. So after dinner, we had enough time to catch an Uber and ride over to the MGM. So we had to quit while we were up and go over to Brad Garrett's Comedy Club. So we're gonna have a good time over there. Hopefully he cracks on Jarrett, makes fun of him a lot. Brad Garrett's is cool. The first time we went was in 2019, and we actually got to see Brad Garrett. This time they had 3 or 4 comedians.
3.
But they have a list out front of who they are, and they're all really funny. Like, it's worth it. The show is worth it. And they serve drinks while you're there. It's probably, less than 2 hours, maybe? Hour and a half?
Yeah, it's not real long, but it's honestly, after dinner and you've had a few drinks and you have a few more drinks, it's the perfect length of a show, because it's not like, you don't feel like, is this going to be over?
Oh yeah, no, they keep you laughing the entire time. The show was great. Definitely recommend Brad Garrett's. But if you want to do something else, book a, Cirque du Soleil show or a concert. There's always something to do, but book a show the evening of your first night.
Yeah. On our second full day, technically day 3, we drove.
It was Easter Sunday morning.
Easter Sunday morning. We're kind of early risers. And so we got up and we got in our little Kia Soul and we went out and drove down the strip. And so there was like nobody there.
Giant crane.
And it was like, if you want to drive the strip and not feel like you're going to, have road rage, then Easter Sunday morning, is the time to do it.
Easter Sunday was the time to do it. You can see a few people walking or going for a jog or like having brunch, but it was Sunday morning seems to be a great time to drive the strip and really like get to look around and not be like constantly stopped by people or traffic.
And then we rode out to Red Rock, which is west of Vegas, about 30 minutes.
Red Rock Canyon.
And so when you go to Red Rock, you've got to book. They've got, I don't know if it's still this way, but you have to book a time slot to go in the park. And so when you go in the park, it's just a big loop, and it's pretty neat. It's like a 13-mile drive or something like that.
Yeah.
And they have these little places where you can pull off the road. They have parking lots, and they have short little hikes. And so I think some of the hikes are short, some of them
Probably a little longer. We didn't hike a whole lot, just a little bit because we wanted to move on with our day. But it was a perfect place to go visit on an early, Sunday morning where the breeze was still kind of cool. Do just some mild hiking, and the drive is beautiful. You can just take some photos. It's really some really nice scenery.
We stopped at a couple places. There were some pretty neat guys like rock climbing. That was kind of cool. We watched those guys for a minute, and then
You can get like electric scooters there. You can do like the bus tour there. There's several options.
e-bikes, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, it was kind of neat. So after Red Rock Canyon, the next thing to do is go have lunch, because by that time you're hungry, you're hot. Oh, bring some water at
Yeah.
Red Rock, by the way.
Yeah, we weren't prepared for this trip, so.
Yeah, I think we went with one bottle and we had to share. So it was time for lunch. We went right across the way from Red Rock Canyon, just about a mile or two down the road, is Red Rock Casino. So they have some really great restaurants there, nice little casino. So we ate at a restaurant called Hearthstone. And we got lucky to get in because it was Easter Sunday. It was packed full of people having brunch, dressed really nice. We weren't dressed nice. We were in our hiking clothes, but there were a few other people that were casually dressed as well. But we got to eat right outside on their patio. They did have a table for two open, and it was so good. They had, I had the lobster salad, which was such a refreshing lunch to have right after, being out in the sun, going on that short hike. And what did you have? I had like their egg and cheese. Croissant.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he did. He doesn't remember. He had an egg and cheese and ham, like breakfast croissant.
All I know is I do remember is I had a haymaker, which is like this little whiskey drink that was really good.
Yes, thank you to the waiter who graciously gave us the recipe, which we should totally take a minute to pause and share that with you, because we loved it so much that we bought the ingredients when we got back home, and we've been sipping on those every night.
Not every night.
Oh, we haven't been sipping on them every night, but the
Pretty-
last couple weekends. So the drink is called a haymaker, and basically it's so easy. It is Howler's Head banana bourbon, 2 ounces of that, 1 ounce of orgeat, which is like an orange almond simple syrup, half an ounce of simple syrup, and half an ounce of lemon juice. That's it. Shake, shake, shake with some ice. It is such a refreshing drink. I'm gonna finish the bottle off this spring and get another one for the summer.
So we ate there. It was great. We sat next to a younger couple, very nice couple. Thank you for recommending the Haymaker. And then in Jarrett and Val fashion, we get up from dinner and said, let's go check out the casino. Now, I will say that casino was a lot quieter than the casinos on the Strip.
Well, it was Easter Sunday.
It was Easter Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And so we're just looking around, and so we don't like playing the games. It's like pirate, army tank, airplane.
Well, we don't understand the slot machines that have like 75 different symbols and they're like seashells and mermaids and pearls and pirate. Yeah, you're right. I don't understand how those games work.
So we just don't play them.
We just play the simple stuff like Wheel of Fortune with the cherries and the bar and the spin and like
3 bars, you win something.
yeah. Make this simple, okay?
We're not
big gamblers.
No, we were there 10 minutes. We found a game that we were winning it on.
Well,
in the Bellagio. It was similar. It was very close.
Actually, this one actually was the Wheel of Fortune game. And we're
Okay.
like, well, it's similar to the one in the Bellagio,
So
so
it's-
let's try it. To spin.
Let's see that.
What did I get? Come on, big bucks, no whammies. 75. I'll take 75. Woohoo!
We have a few minutes. Play a little bit. Bam, I won $250.
Ooh, Jarrett got the same thing. Come on, big bucks, no whammies. Oh, that's the best we've done yet. I'm so proud of you. We totally need to leave. We literally like put in, I think we put in not that much money, but we probably spun the thing 3 times before we got the exact same spin. Mine landed on 3 spins diagonally and his landed on 3 spins diagonally. We both got to spin the wheel at the same time.
And my wheel started spinning, and I kind of leaned back in a chair. I think I looked about it and go, wouldn't that be cool if it lands on 1,000? And by God, it landed on 1,000. We cashed it.
We're so cashing out of here. We've been up twice now. So thank you to the Vegas casinos, Red Rock Casino. You paid for some of our really nice dinners that weekend.
So after the casino, we got our money, we cashed out, headed back, cleaned up, and then we walked down. So we did some walking down to the Venetian, which somebody told us it was a really neat place, and it's something to see. I wasn't overly
Well, it's a lot.
sensory overloaded.
It is sensory overload. But I'm sure a lot of you have already been there. But it is a thing to do if you've never been to Vegas. It's a fun thing to go see. It's a big mall inside. They have the little canal thing where you can do the gondola ride if you want. It was very crowded and busy in there. I guess it was about 4 o'clock at that point. So we personally didn't enjoy it all that much because we didn't feel like shopping. We just wanted to like see the sights. We wanted to see the architecture of the hotel, which was impressive. But it is a cool thing to do.
So we were at the Venetian for about an hour, checked it all out, and so we went out and caught an Uber and Ubered up to Giada's because we had reservations at Giada for dinner.
Yes. And if you're going to eat anywhere in Vegas, you need to pick a Food Network Stars restaurant at least once. And Giada's was amazing. The place was beautiful. It's at the top of the casino of the Cromwell, I believe. And the corner of the restaurant kind of faces the Bellagio. So really nice atmosphere. She does everything perfect. She even says that in a lot of her Food Network episodes. If you ever notice, she uses the word perfect a lot. And I can see why, because everything in there was perfect. I had her signature dish, which was the lemon cream shrimp dish. And you had?
The filet. I finally got my filet that I've been trying to get all week.
I'm pretty sure, hands down, it was the best filet we've had in a long time.
It was so tender. I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't really even need a knife to cut it.
Yeah. What appetizer did we get? Oh, we got the bread plate. Get the little bread board. It comes with like 3 or 4 little flavored
right.
breads and all these oils. It was amazing. And
Yeah.
then we ordered their,
The
don't
smoke.
ask me what it was called.
It's a smoking dish.
It's a lemon, like avocado ice cream dish, but it had the dry ice and kind of did the little smoking entertainment thing. It was actually really good. You loved those. You gobbled those down.
The waiter was like, "This, you need to get your camera out and put this on a video. This dessert is a show."
It was a show.
And it was a show.
It's in Vegas. It better be a show. Every culinary experience should be entertaining in Vegas, and Giada's did not disappoint.
We checked out the fountains. They let them off. It was a great, show. It kind of reminds you of the Ocean's 11 thing. I always think of that when we're there. And that was pretty much our evening. We just walked back to the hotel, and we did not have any gelato.
So, perfect way to end your trip is to finally get to see the fountains go off at the Bellagio. And there is, if you're just kind of walking down there at night up at Caesars, I believe, there is a really nice mall up there with some high-end stores, but it's just pretty inside, lots to look at. But it's right next door to the fountains. But the weather was perfect that night. Fountains obviously are beautiful, but it was a great way to end the trip. So I don't know if any of that was helpful to you, but those are the things we did during our 3 days in Vegas. I think that makes a perfect mix of an itinerary between things that are on the strip and things that are off the strip. And, again, Vegas can be overstimulating at sometimes. So being off the strip sometimes is refreshing and won't make you feel so overwhelmed. Perfect 3 days in Vegas. Highly recommend going if you've never been. And I hope that was helpful. And I guess we'll see y'all on our next adventure.
Take care, guys.